It's always better when we record it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It might
Hey,
be
everybody.
okay. We could try recording it for once.
It's been a long time, but there were Mac Geek Gabs, certainly in the first 5 years, several of them, probably a handful of them, where we would get, it's an hour-long show or so. We'd get 15 minutes in, and I would just happen to notice that, like, oh, yeah, we're not recording. And I would notice when my co-host was talking. Like that, for whatever reason, that's when I guess that's when I sort of do my, status checks of the dashboard here, right? Usually not when I'm talking, but when he's talking, I would notice it. And so invariably he'd be like on a roll and I'd be like, John, just stop. And he'd be like, and I'd be like, no, dude, you got to stop because I'm not recording this. And he'd be like, really? Like,
that's so funny.
That's correct. We're going to go back to the, let's just accept it and move on.
I want you to be just as enthusiastic
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And eventually we started having him do a backup recording.
That's smart.
We never had to use it once he started doing it. Right.
No,
but
that's good.
In this sense, what we're doing here is StreamYard does a backup recording for us in a sense. I mean, it would not be my favorite recording to use, but it's a recording. So,
It is a recording. Yes, you could do it. Right.
Yeah. I'm going to test these ads just to make sure I got levels here. And hang on. Yeah, because you know what? Oh, great. Sweet.
Podcast episodes to create an AI business brain. All right. Cool. Awesome. Hey, if you're on the live stream, thanks for joining us. We're going to record some interesting stuff. We got some interesting topics we're going to record our Wednesday episode first. That comes out tomorrow. And then we're going to do our Friday AI episode where we're going to attempt to link our Delphi AI account to our entire 671 episode feed of Business Brain to create a real business brain. We're going to see how it works.
We're going to see it. Yeah, we're going to see if we can create a business brain.
See if we can do it live. So if you're listening to the audio, we'll do the best description we can. But you can always go to YouTube and search for Business Brain. I think you can also just search for either of our names, Dave Hamilton or Shannon Jean, and you'll find us up there as well. And you could watch us do it. It's going to be a great experiment.
Yep, it'll be fun.
All right.
AI business let me know when you're ready to rock, and I'm ready to rock.
I'm ready to roll.
Let's do it. This is going to be 672 for Wednesday. Okay, here goes nothing. Everything where it should be. No, that is though. Okay, great. Business Brain, episode 672 for Wednesday, August 6th. Finish your degree day, or for those of you who don't celebrate, National Root Beer Float Day 2025. Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where we take an idea or three, we crunch it, we dissect it, we use it to tune our business brains so that we can each, individually and collectively, continue leading and enhancing our charmed lives. Our sponsors for today, speaking of charmed life, our first sponsor is mintmobile.com/businessbrain, where you can go and sign up for a 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 per month and stop overpaying for your wireless service. Something that I think both I've done, and I'm pretty sure you've done too, Shannon.
I'm a huge Mint fan, and
Same.
We've can't say enough good things about them.
The only thing I can say is I did not jump to them when they first started sponsoring us years and years ago, and I can't believe I didn't do it right away. I gave away thousands of dollars unnecessarily.
I did it. They gave us those packs.
Yeah.
They sent us some test packs to see if it would work, and I was really concerned about coverage at the time. This was, I don't know, it might have been 5 years ago. And
more than that. It was pre-COVID.
Yeah. And my whole family's on it. I think
yeah.
we have 5 or 7 lines, and it's awesome, man.
So we'll talk more about that in a little bit, and we'll talk about eversight.com/BB, which is another service that Shannon's using, basically like having his own in-house web team. So we'll talk about all that. For now, here in Durham, New Hampshire, I'm Dave Hamilton.
And out here in Northern California, I am Shannon Jean.
So it's finish your degree day, Shannon. I don't celebrate that in that I never finished my degree, but I'm also like, that has never been an important thing to me when hiring someone. Is it important to you when hiring someone?
No.
Okay.
Now there's some nuance to this, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Are you going to go to college?
I have.
Are you going to finish your degree? You know, those kinds.
Yeah, because I'm definitely going to be a hypocrite here in a minute.
Yeah. Like I can recall telling my kids, like, hey, college is not, getting your degree is not a golden ticket, but going to college is a wonderful experience and a great one of the most powerful networking occurrences of your life that can really accelerate your life, right?
It can. There are other ways to do that.
Oh,
yes,
of course.
But,
Yes. That's not the only answer. And for many people, I don't know about you, but I live in the Bay Area, and it's very hyper, like competitive, my kid's this, my kid that. And I remember my kids went to private school forever. I've talked about it on the show.
Right.
And we started a business to pay for that because I didn't have the money to do it. And so they went to private high school, and literally, I hate that. From day one, they were pitching like 99% of our students get into these, all these great colleges. And that was part of their sales pitch. And I felt, especially looking back now in hindsight, we were kind of moved along this track that this is the most important thing you can do. And that's part of the value of coming here. We get you connected. And it was important for my kids. They had a great experience, but it's not necessary for every kid. Matter of fact, I would say it's not recommended for every kid. They're all different.
Yep.
And there's a ton of tracks to take to be successful. For sure.
I mean, I am a living example of that. I did a couple of years of college, and then I wound up going to the wrong school for me and didn't really like it and wasn't interested in engaging with it the way that probably would have been the right way to do it. And then I wound up starting businesses every summer, and when I realized I was making more money in the summer than my friends who graduated were making in their first years of their job, like their salary, it was like, well, at one point I was like, why am I going back? What am I, why? Like I can always go back later, but right now in that moment, it was like, I already have like a job, which is the whole point of this college thing, they tell me, and I'm doing the thing. So I'm just going to do the thing now. And that path has worked out for me. Have there been moments? I mean, it's been a few decades since I've had one of these moments, but have there been moments where I was trying to, get a job or navigate something, and it was like, right, I don't have a degree, so I've got to like figure out another path. Yes. And were there moments where it was like, wouldn't this be easier if? And of course you have those thoughts, but of course I did. I don't want to say you folks do, but I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but I don't know that it would have been easier, right? Like I never got myself into a position where someone said, "You're everything we need." If only. Now that said, and this is where I'm gonna, it's gonna sound like I'm a hypocrite here, but not really. My son has been in that position where he is working full time as a software engineer. He did a few years of college, a couple of years actually, too. And then his school kind of, the computer science program where he was going sort of fell apart. And so he didn't just have a place to go back to. And he wound up getting an internship while he was figuring out, should I switch schools or, whatever. Okay. And then the internship was at a company that doesn't hire engineers without degrees. And once he finished his internship, they're like, well, we want to hire you. Forget about the degree. You're already here. You're trained. Like, we'd be stupid to let you walk out the door.
Good for them.
I agree with that because it's a larger company, so there's red tape that sometimes even when it's obvious, it doesn't. Right.
Yeah.
But he has been told that without a degree, he's full. He has had that conversation that I never had. The one where it's like, you are everything we want if only you had this. And
that's good context to this. There are particular fields where the value and weight of that credential is very important. I would say
currently.
Currently. Engineering. That's a good fine point on it. Currently,
and it's not everywhere. Some places with engineering would take him, but other places wouldn't without the degree. And so, and I know I mentioned this on a recent episode, which I'll link to, but he was like, okay, well, now they're just telling me I need a piece of paper. I already have the knowledge. It's not about getting an education anymore. Now it's literally about, because he's been told a few times, like, you know everything you need to know. You are qualified, but for
they probably need the actual thing in their files
document
for
that's
insurance and everything, right?
Who knows?
Whatever.
Yeah, probably not insurance, but it's probably some stupid thing.
I was thinking if he's like some kind of structural engineer.
Oh no, software engineer.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, I'm thinking like safety, liability.
Yeah, no, there's no need for it. But that is where the gate is kept. At some places. And so he decided, fine, you're not telling me I need an education. You're telling me I need a degree. Those are two different things. And so he has found a path where he's in the middle of it now, but it'll be about 6 or 7 months of taking classes at night and on the weekends. And
terrific.
And he will essentially race through what would be 2 years of college, and I believe the plan is certainly by the end of this year, he will have that piece of paper from an accredited university.
That's great.
And
terrific.
But like, that's the part of this.
Yeah,
it's like,
software engineer. I don't think there's any reason whatsoever.
No, it's just policy.
No way. Yes,
and there's a lot of jobs like that.
Yeah,
and again, I'll link to the episode. But when we did it, or when we talked about that episode, it was right after he had found this opportunity. And there's several schools like this. And his classmates are nurses who want to become managers and already have, again, same scenario. They already know everything. They just need a piece of paper. And people coming out of the military who have all the knowledge
but they have to have a piece of paper.
But they need a piece of paper and they want it quickly. And so this is the path. Yeah.
It's
fascinating to me.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's the education bubble. I'll use the term bursting, but I don't think it's like, I don't think we're going to see a moment.
Yeah.
But it is evolving rapidly. Yes.
I made a comment on X and we were talking about stupid rules, right?
Yeah.
And how stupid rules, and I told this quick story about Ross Perot and how a stupid rule cost him $378 billion.
Okay.
He was offered 70% of Home Depot for $2 million, 70% when they were starting out. So he meets with the co-founders and they already have cars and company cars and they're getting it set up. And he goes, hey, all my people drive Chevrolets. And one of the co-founders had a Cadillac. And he goes, well, I've already got this Caddy. It's used. It's going to cost you more money to go get a Chevrolet, so I'm going to keep the Caddy. And he goes, no, you don't understand. All my people drive Chevrolets. And the co-founder of the Home Depot, Bernie Marcus, walked out the door to talk to the other guy and says, hey, we're not doing this deal with Ross Perot. And he's like, what are you talking about? We need the $2 million. He goes, if this guy's going to nitpick me over what car I drive, can you imagine what everything else he's going to hammer us on? And so they walked away from the deal. Ross was like, yeah, whatever. Okay. Yep. That $2 million, 70% would be worth $378 billion today.
Yep.
Stupid rules make you poor.
Yes, it's arbitrary.
For sure.
It
is arbitrary.
And I mean, I say arbitrary. I don't know the foundation of this story and why it mattered that people had Chevrolets or whatever. Like he may have been burned by something. I can't imagine what, but
Yeah, it was a visual like, hey, we're the common people or whatever.
Yeah.
It was, and so it's just interesting that, like I said, if it's a structural engineer, even maybe a nurse, I get it. Maybe some safety reasons, some insurance company saying, hey, we want degreed people.
These people are already licensed nurses, by the way.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Yeah. It's a stupid rule.
It is a stupid rule. Right.
Stupid
yes.
Rule.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I'm going to title this episode "Degree or Not Degree," and let us know feedback at businessbrain.show. What do you think? Is it the right? Should we everybody have it? Everybody finish it, or we just figure it out on our own?
And do you care when you're hiring people? Like I want to know. Feedback at businessbrain.show. All right, we have another topic to talk about. The next thing that we want to do is talk about our sponsors, because you know what doesn't belong in your epic business or summer plans? Getting burned by your old wireless bill. Shannon and I have both been Mint Mobile customers for years, and between us, we've saved thousands each. Money we'd rather put towards growing our businesses, or, let's be candid, a suspiciously large stash of Mint chocolate chip ice cream. Not so bad, right? With Mint, you get the same coverage and speed you're used to, but for way less money. Right now, new customers can get 3 months of unlimited premium wireless service for just $15 a month. That's high-speed data, unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You bring your own phone, keep your number, keep your contacts, ditch the overpriced nonsense. The best part, you stop sweating over your phone bill and start focusing on living your charmed life. Because, worrying about overage charges is like so 2015. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get this new customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/businessbrain. That's mintmobile.com/businessbrain. Upfront payment of $45 required. That's equivalent to $15 a month. Limited new time customer offer for the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigs on the unlimited plan. Taxes and fees are extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Again, visit mintmobile.com/businessbrain. And our thanks to Mint Mobile for sponsoring this episode. And hey, if your business website is outdated, clunky, or just limping along, hoping no one notices, it's time to call in the pros, and that's where our sponsor, Eversight, comes in. Eversight isn't your typical web agency. They don't hit you with a $10,000 upfront bill just to get started. For $399 a month, you get what feels like your own in-house web team, ready to design, launch, and maintain a professional site that works as hard as you do. They answer calls, reply to emails and texts the same day, and there are no long-term contracts. They proactively manage hundreds of sites for entrepreneurs, keeping them updated, secure, and running fast so you can focus on running your business. And if something breaks, they fix it fast. No drama, no nickel and diming, just handled. Shannon, that's you. You are this customer.
Yeah,
okay.
Totally. And I needed them to help. I needed somebody to help me. It was like trying to get through help desks, other companies opening tickets or whatever. And I just, reached out and got a really fast answer, and they stepped up and they helped me on over a weekend and got my sites back up and running. That's awesome.
That's how a company proves its value. I love that. Yep. Well, they can, and I believe will prove their value to you. Visit Eversite.com, Eversite.com/BB to get started today. And our thanks to Eversite for sponsoring this episode. Shannon, while we were talking about our sponsors, we got a note from a LinkedIn user that's watching our live stream that said, regarding our first topic there, about is it important to finish your degree? Another strong value I have been hearing about is study abroad programs. I've heard executives say it can demonstrate a person can be successful outside of their comfort zone. That I can totally
agree with that.
Yes,
totally
I
agree.
do too. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
I think they should have I think when you go to college, you should have to go door to door and try to sell something.
Oh, gosh.
Banging on doors, man. That's what.
Yes.
It's brutal, but it teaches you so much. And this is exactly right. This kind of study abroad, you're going to get out. You can, problem solve, figure things out. Be on your own, meet new people you don't know. I agree. I think that it's hugely valuable.
I never thought of that as something that would be a differentiator, but absolutely it makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Love it.
Awesome.
The other topic, I need a little business therapy, Shannon,
yes,
because
I'm here for it.
Thank you. When I play music, I assume the persona of Dave Bang Drum, right? And that is
why is that, Dave? Why?
Well, because sometimes there's a lot of drama, especially if I'm doing like theater work or whatever, and that's really where that came from. Is like, look, I'm not interested nor involved in your drama. I'm here to play the drums, and when that's over, I'm happy to talk about the music or even become friendly. But as soon as the drama starts, you're going to notice that Dave's gone, right? Dave Bang Drum. I don't care about any of that stuff, but it also embodies a decision that I made a long time ago, like decades ago, perhaps even when I was a kid, that I don't, and I know why. I mean, helped run a band and I hated it. I never take a leadership role. I never start a band. I'm always I might be an equal member of a band, right? But if there is a leader on the project, I don't endeavor to be that ever.
And this is in contrast to the rest of your life.
Exactly. Because and it's intentionally in contrast to that. It's because I am that person everywhere else. And I like to just be the one playing music. And generally, I'm certainly not the best drummer on the planet, but generally speaking, my skills are good enough to get hired. And, there you go. Not by everyone. Like, I've certainly not been hired before, but that's the value I bring is I will play. But it's really hard, though, Shannon. Even, it's my decision. I could change it at any time. But I don't want to, but it's really hard to be a team player when it's not my team.
Well, yeah, I think I've been in this position before where you maybe get frustrated with having to make decisions all the time and being the leader all the time, or, the person trying to get everything together and make it happen.
Yeah.
But then when you step back and let someone else do it in your head, you're like, man, that's not, there's a better way.
Yes.
And you want it both ways, right? You want I love collaboration, and I think
that's what it always is, right?
The best situations are when you really have some great collaborators and everybody has different skills that kind of move things forward. But a lot of times you don't have that, I get it, and it's frustrating that you can't have it both ways.
No, I know I can't have it both ways. Yes, I'm not coming here asking, but as I'm sitting here thinking about the projects that I'm involved in where I get pleasure out of them versus the projects that I'm involved in where I get frustration out of them.
Yeah.
The ones where I get pleasure are the ones where it is an extremely highly collaborative environment where everyone's skills and input are valued. I don't want to say followed because part of collaboration, like sometimes you get, 2 or 3 people with ideas or more, and the end result is a combination, amalgamation of those ideas. Other times you get 2 or 3 people with ideas, and just the way that it works out, one of those needs to be chosen in favor of the other 2, right? And that's fine. And it's fine.
Could be the best method or whatever.
That's it. Yeah, correct. Yeah. And oftentimes somebody will have an idea and then somebody else will kind of have an evolution of that idea. And the third person will have an even better. And then suddenly it's like, well, your idea is the best one, like obviously.
Yeah.
But even if it's not obvious to me, if whoever is in charge here's everybody's ideas, we discuss them, or whatever. They go through the process, and then it's like, okay, well, we're going to go this way. Well, yeah, okay, but fine. But everybody's an active participant, the collaboration. Yeah. And I think you hit the nail on the head there. That is the thing.
It's easier to, in my experience, it's easy because I like to. Hey, I'm a pretty good leader. I'm not a great manager because I'm not that detail oriented. I'm a better leader than I am a manager.
I feel like I've heard this line before.
You have, but I'm also a pretty good follower. If we have a good collaboration and the leaders listening and taking things into account, and I like those situations as well.
Exactly.
And like you're saying, it's frustrating when I get frustrated when I'm involved in a project and things start falling through the cracks, or deadlines are missed, or our accountability is called into question, or reliability is called into question. Because I'm a freak about that stuff. I just cannot. I mean, if we're starting at 10 o'clock, I'm ready to go at 9:55. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's and we're not showing up at 10 and strolling around and doing whatever.
Yeah.
It drives me insane. I can't handle it.
Yeah, that stuff. I don't work with people like that. Like that. One and done.
Not for long.
With folks like that. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Where the frustration comes in for me more often is the vision of something is not fully. And no vision is fully fleshed out, but there's gaping holes in the logic of what we're going to be doing. It's like, we have like 2 rehearsals to do a thing that we all know needs 8. We're biting off more than we can chew. Let's talk. That's the thing. And and I think the reason that really gets to me more than kind of other leadership failures, because we all have leadership failures, but that one in particular, the natural result of it is that whatever the performance is, the end is going to be less good because we've bit off more than we can chew, and
overpromised, right? Yeah,
we've overpromised, exactly. And that's where frustration often sets in for me. I mean, varying degrees. None of us are perfect, like all of that. But it's like when there's habits that aren't evaluated throughout, right? It's like, we bit off more than we can chew.
Yeah,
let's talk about that.
Yeah, and if you're just going to be Dave bang drum, you just kind of I'm going to go with the flow. I show up and I play the drums, but if it reflects poorly on you, forget it. That's where you have to bail out, or be like, hey guys,
don't take it the next time. That's right.
Don't take the next time. So I agree. It drives you nuts.
It'll drive you nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's just one of those things. Again, I know the decisions. It's a choice I've made and continue to actively make. But
but you can adjust. Over time, you can adjust to be involved in those groups that
or not
it works out better, or not.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep. That's right. Yep. Or you're right, involved in the leadership more to nudge things without suddenly holding the bag. Yep.
Yeah, I find myself like wanting to speak up really quick and be like, "Oh no, do it this way," and then I shut up. It's like, "Don't look at me."
Yeah. Oops.
Hey, why don't you tell people how they can win a MacBook?
You can leave us a review. Visit businessbrain.show/review and leave us a review, and then we'll read it on the show because we love feedback. You just heard us read real-time feedback from a LinkedIn user. We don't get your name. It's not that we're anonymizing you intentionally, that just we don't see it. So, but we love that, and so we'll read your review on the show, and then once we do, you are automatically entered into a drawing to win a MacBook that we are going to do this year. So get on that. businessbrain.show/review. And thank you for listening. Thanks for checking out our sponsors. Make sure to go to businessbrain.show, and you can click on all the links there and learn more about everything we talked about. And keep living that charmed life. We'll see you on Friday.
See ya.
And we're out. Well,
terrific.
in between.
Yes.
We had
No doubt. Yep.
glad you liked, it was Ian in Kentucky. I wish I'd seen that. Okay. Glad you guys like that perspective. I do a lot of coaching for high schoolers, and it's one I encourage parents and students to plan for in college.
Nice.
I also agree the degree is losing value. In my last job, I was mandated to require it, and they leveraged school name to be a differentiator. Wow. Oh, interesting.
That's wild.
That's really interesting.
I guess if you know,
yeah. I mean,
I understand it.
They're
looking for ways. They're looking for ways to
got to filter. They're creating easy filters. It doesn't.
I guess so.
But you're going to lose babies in that bathwater.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time.
There's so much nuance to people, personality, the way they interact, all that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
But
thanks for that, Ian.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Oh, now I should put up the thing that says we're between episodes.
Yeah,
just
there we
in
go.
case.
If you're on the live stream right now, we're in between episodes. Dave is going to prep that last show so that I can do some post-production to it when we're done and get it published out for tomorrow. And then we're going to record our Friday episode where we're going to walk the tightrope or the slack line. Maybe I'll be more 21st century. We're going to walk the slack line of trying to link our podcast feed, our RSS feed, to a new Delphi account to create a true AI business brain that you could ask questions to the last 670 episodes of Business Brain. So we'll see how it works out. You stick around. It's going to be interesting. But I'm sure we will get it to work. The question I have
is when?
How
long will it take?
Will we get it to work on air?
I doubt it. I just usually how these things work.
We'll get to some point.
But we'll get to we'll learn something.
We'll get to some point. And I have some other things I want to talk about as well if we don't get that far with that. And we will always come back and revisit that. That's for sure.
Wrong. Okay, that's
good
going.
Deal. That's great to get a LinkedIn.
Love that.
Might be our first.
Yeah, I think.
Maybe I don't keep track.
I can't remember. I've gotten them with something. I can't remember if it was the show or Matt Geek Gab, but
nice.
Yeah, I think it was this show that we saw one float in at one point. All right. There's that. There's that. That was 672, and here we go. I'd never heard that Ross Perot story before. Even if it was false, I love it.
I'm reading. No. It was in the book. It could be false.
I don't
Marcus,
think it is.
At some, it's probably directionally true, right?
Yes.
I just read the book, or I'm in the middle of reading. It's called Built from Scratch, and it's about the co-founders of Home Depot and how they created the company.
Yeah, okay.
It's fascinating. Yeah,
I heard. I heard. I like that directionally true. I heard it's certainly directionally true, even if I have the details slightly wrong.
Yeah.
Don Henley went to some event that Brian Wilson was at, or whatever. Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, Don Henley from the Eagles, and Don Henley, the first album he bought was the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds, very influenced by the Beach Boys. And that makes sense. You listen to the harmonies of it all makes perfect sense. The whole California obsession of the Beach Boys, it all fits. Or the Eagles, rather. And so he brings a copy of Pet Sounds, introduces himself. Hey, Brian, I'm Don Henley from the Eagles. He's like, oh, yeah, of course, and gives him the record and says, would you sign this for me? And Brian says, of course, of course I would. And so he signs it and he says, to Don, thanks for all the great songs, Brian. And he hands him the record back, there you go. And he says, wait a minute, can I have that back? And he takes it back and he crosses out great and writes good and hands it back.
Nice.
And thankfully, awesome. Don Henley is known to be somewhat curmudgeon-y and a little bit chip on his shoulder, that kind of thing. Thankfully, he took it well and loved it and framed it on his wall. Great. Yeah.
The story is priceless, right? So
that's it. That's it. And awesome. Of all the people on the planet, Don Henley is no slouch of a songwriter. No. Let's be very clear. He has written some songs that will stand the test of time, in the American songbook. But of all the people on the planet to be able to do that to him, Brian Wilson is probably one of a handful, right? And so I love that that happens.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's a great story.
All right,
Yeah.
we should do the next episode here.
Great, let's go. I'm
Ready to do it. Okie dokie, here goes nothing. Business Brain, episode 673 for Casual Fried AI, August 8th, International Beer Day 2025.
Perfect.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where we take a few ideas, we crunch them, we dissect them, we use them to tune our business brains so that we can each keep on living those charmed lives. Our sponsors for this episode include mintmobile.com/businessbrain. That's where you can go to get their new customer offer, which is a 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month. This is the service that Shannon and I use. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. And speaking of services that Shannon uses, I don't use this one yet, but eversight.com/BB is where you can go to get your own in-house web team, all pro managed, no stress. And Shannon is a customer of theirs too. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. For now, here in Durham, New Hampshire, I'm Dave Hamilton.
And in Lafayette, California, I'm still Shannon Jean.
That's
How you
great,
doing, man.
I'm good.
Awesome.
I hear we're going to try a little project today, which
are,
might be a disaster.
Well, maybe.
So
You
bear
never
with
know.
us, folks. Yeah.
We're going to build. Have you seen that meme lately where the jet pilot is he's flying up in the air and he's got his helmet and everything on and he's holding a book and it's like how to fly a jet? This is going to be the
This is that
way. Yeah.
So
But
we're
yeah,
going to build a business brain today, right?
We're going to attempt to build a business brain.
Okay.
Friend of mine, Chris Corner, who's crazy popular. He put together using Delphi AI. We've talked about Delphi on the show.
Okay.
And he's linked a ton of his content up there to create basically like a Chris GPT where you can ask it questions and it'll give you feedback based on his philosophies, his action, all the things that he has shared. And I thought, wow, this would be great to create a real business brain, right? We've got
a decade plus of content in our podcast. Oh man.
Yeah. And I think it would be fascinating for us and our listeners to be able to go up to an AI and ask questions and have it come back and answer based on the content and all the things and tips and strategies, tactics that we, as well as all our guests over the years, have shared.
I love this. Okay, so I love the idea. I want to see if we can get it to get built, and then once it's built, obviously, let's see how it does.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So we have created, and this is obviously we know 96% of our audience listens to the show. So we know that you're not seeing what we're seeing as we're creating this. We are putting this out on, as we do every episode, a video on YouTube. And so you can watch us do this, but we're going to do our best to describe this. We've talked about Delphi AI in the past, and it can do this. We know that it will theoretically anyway take our podcast feed. We've already signed up for the $99 a month account because that's what we know we need to do this. So we're kind of marching through. And it's asking us what our full name is, and I'm going to just say the Business Brain Podcast. Yep.
Got it.
And I'll say that we work at Business Brain.
Perfect.
Great. And
see what else it sticks up.
It's finding our profile. I don't know that it needs. I could have this.
Yes,
we didn't. We could have done some of this ahead of time, but that's okay. So it's trying to find our profile.
I said, we're tiptoeing on the slack line right now.
Yep,
and that does not look like you, right?
No, it's asking me if I'm some other person. Yes. Do you have a LinkedIn profile? I'm just going to say we're going to create our digital mind.
Yeah.
Well, now this is the right thing. It's saying. Okay. It's either me that it thinks it found on LinkedIn, which is obviously wrong, or we can create your digital mind from scratch. And so I love that. That's what we're going to do. Yep. So professional headline is required. Business Brain Podcast from Shannon, Jean, and Dave Hamilton. I'm already worried that this is the wrong thing for us because this very much wants us to. This is
Yes,
treating us like
yes.
we're a single human,
It does. It does.
and
Put business brain
so
in there. Yeah.
this might not be the right engine, but
Yep.
let's see what happens. And
It's like we got to get past this profile.
okay, we got to
Oh,
use identity
now we gotta do it.
verification.
Yes.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I see a skip here. Okay,
Oh, perfect.
great.
Nice to meet
It's
you.
it
Us.
wants to give me.
Perfect. Business brain. Just
Actually,
do
I'm going to
business
make it business
Yeah.
brain. Let's see if we can get business brain as the handle. Yes. Okay,
Oh
great.
yes.
All right, great. I'm not
probably
going to
just keep
refine it.
going. Yep.
What do you want to use Delphi for? Okay, so now it's asking me.
Should be a podcast.
Nah,
team
this is
advisor.
we're
Knowledge.
still
Okay.
we're still in the onboarding for people that
Yeah.
don't know what they want to do with this yet.
Can you
We're
just-
going to
yeah.
create a business brain from our podcast.
Perfect.
And we'll see what happens here. What do people ask you
keep
often?
going then.
I'm just going to
Yeah.
skip past this. It's calibrating our mind.
There
Okay.
we go.
So, okay.
Okay.
Now we need to pull in. It's got
Should see
integrations.
files, links, text, or
isn't gonna work.
podcasts.
It's
No?
no, because
Okay.
it needs to do identity verification
Okay.
and all of this stuff.
All right.
So,
Well,
we will create this.
yeah, we'll
let's
do
see.
it offline.
Yeah, it's not obvious how we can do this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to do that offline. I think.
Yeah, you have to have the RSS feed URL of the podcast, like
which
if
I
you
have for
click-
sure.
and when you hit import, did it add?
No, it's just telling me I can import from CSV. So,
Oh yeah, that's not right.
which is not right. Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, we'll play around with this, and
Yep.
when the next time you come back for Friday, we'll have it dialed in, and we'll play around. We'll talk about how we got it set up and how we did it. But in the meantime, I have a couple other things we can talk about.
Same. I do too. I have one quick one.
Yeah.
That I learned from ChatGPT. I was talking about negotiating something with it. Oh, that whole contract that we talked about last week. In fact, I talked, which was 100% successful with adding or
Nice.
changing the clause on that
Great.
venue agreement. It was like smooth
you.
as butter.
That's great.
ChatGPT said something to me that I thought, I mean, it's obvious advice, but you know how obvious advice is. The more professional and measured you are, the more leverage you keep.
Oh, so less emotion, more just straight to the facts.
Yep. The
That's
more
smart. I like
leverage you keep. And like this is advice for life, at least for me.
Yes.
Because I'm a pretty animated person and I can get, we talked on Wednesday about when I'm like the follower on a project or not the leader. This is true. The more measured I am, the less emphatic I am with the ideas that I share, the more people listen, the more leverage I keep. It's very
like it.
very
Yeah.
interesting.
That's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's interesting.
I do have another piece of negotiating advice that's been happening via text message while we've been recording here. My band was offered to play a show, last minute thing on Saturday night. And
Okay.
we are unavailable. I am actually unavailable, which they knew. But we always ask because things, especially
know.
last minute, can easily change. This one I don't think is going to change, but so our it came into our band leader, and he asked the band, "Hey, I think we're out, but just checking." And I said, "Yeah, I'm out. I'll explain more later." And he wrote back. He says, "Okay, yeah, no problem." And he said, "What I'm going to do is," it was like somebody saying, "We need to fill a slot last minute for this thing. If you're interested, I can put you in touch with the booking people at the club, right, or whatever, at this venue."
Sure.
And so, what Tom's going to do is say, "Yes, we're interested," and get introduced to the booking people at the venue. Ah, yes. And
See where
then
this is going.
inform them that he has heard that we are unfortunately unavailable, but on that date we're unavailable.
Yes.
But, you know, we have
would
future
love
dates.
To play with you at some time in the future.
Exactly.
Smart. I like it.
Really smart.
Why waste that contact?
Why
right?
burn? Yes. Yeah. Why waste it? Yeah, you're not burning it, but what a waste. Yeah.
Take advantage of it. I love it.
I love it. All right, we have other things to discuss too. I think we have other
yes, we do.
Advice to share, which we will do. The next thing that we would love to share with you is our two sponsors, because you know what doesn't belong in your epic business or summer plans? Getting burned by your old wireless bill. Shannon and I have both been Mint Mobile customers for years, and between us, we've saved thousands each. Money we'd rather put towards growing our businesses, or, let's be candid, a suspiciously large stash of Mint chocolate chip ice cream. Not so bad, right? With Mint, you get the same coverage and speed you're used to, but for way less money. Right now, new customers can get 3 months of unlimited premium wireless service for just $15 a month. That's high-speed data, unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You bring your own phone, keep your number, keep your contacts, ditch the overpriced nonsense. The best part, you stop sweating over your phone bill and start focusing on living your charmed life. Because, worrying about overage charges is like so 2015. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get this new customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/businessbrain. That's mintmobile.com/businessbrain. Upfront payment of $45 required. That's equivalent to $15 a month. Limited new time customer offer for the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigs on the unlimited plan. Taxes and fees are extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Again, visit mintmobile.com/businessbrain. And our thanks to Mint Mobile for sponsoring this episode. And hey, if your business website is outdated, clunky, or just limping along, hoping no one notices, it's time to call in the pros, and that's where our sponsor, Eversight, comes in. Eversight isn't your typical web agency. They don't hit you with a $10,000 upfront bill just to get started. For $399 a month, you get what feels like your own in-house web team, ready to design, launch, and maintain a professional site that works as hard as you do. They answer calls, reply to emails and texts the same day, and there are no long-term contracts. They proactively manage hundreds of sites for entrepreneurs, keeping them updated, secure, and running fast so you can focus on running your business. And if something breaks, they fix it fast. No drama, no nickel and diming, just handled. They handled something for you, in fact, Shannon, right out of the gate. That's kind of how you got started with them.
That's it. They did. They saved my you-know-what when I got hacked and I couldn't get anything to work and there was a bunch of terrible stuff on my website. They just really came through for me, and it was nothing. It was like, oh, this is just the way we operate. We got you taken care of. In like 48 hours, they had redirects up and they had all this stuff going on. It was amazing.
I love that. I love that. You can love this for yourself too. Go to Eversite, EVERSITE.com/BB, Eversite.com/BB to get started today. And yeah, our thanks to Eversite for sponsoring this episode. What do we got next, Shannon?
Hey, so I have wanted to tie my or connect my ChatGPT to my Google Drive forever.
Okay.
And looking at it, and I also have
why can I just ask why you want to connect it? I know you have a good reason. I just want to give people.
I want to be able to mine the data better. I want to be able to query and find statistical information about what's in there, what I use the most. One question I asked, what's the most valuable thing in my drive? And it shocked me what it came up to. I'll tell you in a minute. And then just access. I want to go, hey, go dig through this and find this information for me. So I thought, well, it'll be easier for me to access and it will put it in a format that's maybe a little bit more useful for me.
Okay.
At the same time, I need to bring in a couple of team members to help me manage and things. So I said, okay, I'm going to go to the team plan. All right.
Got it. Okay.
I upgrade to the team plan. It's $30 a month per seat.
And you needed the team plan in order to connect to your Google Drive, obviously, as well as the team members.
Well.
Got
That's
it.
right.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, that's worth it. Would I have done it just if I needed that? Maybe not, but I need to get it. If you pay annually, it's $25 per seat. If you do monthly, it's $30.
Yep.
And so I do it. And then it indexes your entire Google Drive, everything that's ever been in there. And you can pull up information about it. You can create reports from it. You can pull statistical information about spreadsheets and about all kinds of stuff. It's I really found it valuable. It's pretty cool. I like it. But the thing to understand is the team account is not related to your personal account. And it's not quite as easy as you may think to transfer data from your personal GPT account to a team account.
So you have now 2 ChatGPT accounts? You have your personal on the Plus plan or whatever, and then a Teams account.
My business.
I see.
And it did answer the question, because I have a lot of stuff in there that I would consider like, well, maybe I wouldn't share this
with a team. Yeah.
With everybody that's working. So I get it. So that's why. So I did the 2-member, and I'm like, well, I'll just start month to month to see what happens. So $60 a month.
Sure.
And we'll figure it out. So it points it out very right in your face. Hey, if you don't delete that stuff, because if you shut down your old account, you're not going to have access to it. Right? We'll help you export it if you want to. Say, give you some links so you can get access to it. But I just thought it was pretty interesting. I wanted to use it. I wanted to be sure that the people that work with me have access to agents and to data that I have in my Google Drive that they use all the time. So it's cool. It's just a little nuance to it that the other thing, I thought was kind of interesting, is I've been using Grok more and more.
Oh, yeah.
Last night for the first time I played with the Grok Imagine, which is their graphic creator type thing.
Okay.
And while I don't believe it's as sophisticated as some of the other image generation tools, matter of fact, I've used it and I just don't think it is. One thing that does really well and really quick is it can animate old photographs, which is pretty interesting. And if you take an old picture, I don't know if I can share. Let me share this with you, Dave, and maybe you can share it. It's just kind of interesting. Copy. I'll dump it into our Slack here.
All right.
And we'll see if you can get it. Oh, yeah.
I'll see if I can put it up in the YouTube thing.
See if you can get it up. Yeah. It's just like a GIF. I think you can probably get it on the thing. So it's up in your Slack. This is a picture of me and my future wife from about 30 some odd years ago, but now it's a video, and it's pretty interesting. It's not perfect. It doesn't quite look like us once it starts moving around, but it's kind of cool. And I would, if you have a Premium Plus account on X, you get access to Grok at no additional charge.
Okay.
And it's pretty good. I thought it was kind of interesting. So see, that does not look like my wife, but now that's my wife. And then we start kind of moving around and looking at each other, and it's kind of interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just a little snippet. I thought it was kind of fun. I played with a bunch of old pictures. They definitely have some work to do, but I think it'll get better every single day. And it reminds me of when ChatGPT, when I first created it, my first image, and I was shocked, and it looked like a cartoon character, and now it does,
it does whatever you want.
But,
I know it's great.
So anyway,
the evolution of this stuff. What an amazing time to have lived. Like, amazing. I don't just mean ChatGPT. I mean, all the way through. Like we didn't have computers in our houses when we were kids, and now, like, what a fun time.
It's like everything, not to
be old men about it.
Old anxiety, but like my mom, who's 97.
Yeah.
She says, well, she's like, she grew born in 1928. So she's like, we were, making dresses out of flour sacks because the flour sack people realized, people are using our material for clothes. Let's decorate it. And then it became, girls' dresses for they were making stuff, and all the Could you imagine and she still uses an iPhone. And I'm just like, oh, it's amazing.
Right.
So,
right.
yeah,
Yes,
wild.
exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. I love it.
It's pretty good. But we'd love to hear about your AI, what you're working on. Feedback at businessbrain.show. The more you share, the better it is, right?
That's what I hear.
Definitely. Yeah. Success is better with friends.
Success is better with friends. We're all part of the Business Brain family here. And make sure you let us know. What are you thinking? Feedback at businessbrain.show. We love hearing from you. And if there's a way you'd prefer to interact with us, tell us that too. I know in order to get your preferred thing, you've got to go non-preferred, but then tell us and we'll do it. It's because it's how it works. So have a great day. Have a great weekend. Keep on living that charmed life. And we'll see you next week.
See ya.
All right, we're out.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's too bad that wouldn't work. But we'll have to keep playing with that. I'm going to end the live stream, but come back next week, and we'll be much further along with our Delphi Business Brain experiment, and we'll share it with you, and we'll see you then. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it.
Later.
Take care.